Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the garden. Just a quick update. I'm just out here just checking on everything to make sure my soil is still moist for our seeds we just dropped, which it is. I sprayed them a little bit last night just to give them a little bit of, just a little extra just to make sure. So far so good. The soil feels good. Y'all look at my bok choy. Goodness sakes. This baby has not liked any of the cold. This is another avocado volunteer. The leaves are quite crispy. That's why I didn't move it. It was in a fragile state, so it's still hanging out here. But as you can see, that bok choy is taking up its space. It's reclaimed this area. It loves it, and like I told you guys before, I planted several seeds here, and only this one took. So we should be able to eat this here soon. Give it some more time. But that's going on with this up here. It has been cold, and our plants did not like it at all. As you can see, I have everything covered. We can take a little peek down here. The greens did pretty okay, y'all. They got watered a little bit this morning. Let me move this out of the way. Some of them did not like this transplant, but the others did. So listen, I got 9 plants down here. If you've grown collard greens before, you know how big they get. Look at all this lovely water. Oh my gosh. Grab this. Hold on, let's do this from here. Hi, babies. Good morning, y'all. Ooh, you didn't like that, did you? Oh, so sorry. I had to keep you warm. But that's what's going on out here. Everything got watered. Some of these might need a little bit more support here because they're leaning a little bit. Once that covering got heavy with that water on it. But overall, they're fine. Let me move this out of the way so I can give you another view here. Poor little thing. Everything is doing its own thing, really and truly. Oh. Move that out the way. So this is what I've been doing every day. I'll come out here, take the covering off so these babies can get some sun. They definitely need it. An opportunity to kind of, come back to life. This cold snap has been brutal. But if you're wondering how the transplants did, there they are. Some of them are a little yellow. I expected that, but I'm hoping because these were rooted pretty good. Look at them, they're so beautiful. That they'll just come on back and the little yellow pieces will just fall off. But if you've grown greens before, I've never grown them, but I've watched my dad do it. Sometimes you get a little yellowing on these babies, so I don't think this is abnormal, and I'm not worried. Look at this. Wow, look at these. I mean, this is some growth since we moved them. Very strong. This slight growth, but they perked right back up, so I'm not worried about these collard greens at all. With that move that we just did. I will say though, this little onion, which I really believe it is, y'all, at this point, it got bigger. I don't know if you saw this when I did the transplant, but if you go back and look, this was a lot smaller. So whatever's happening here, it likes it. So I'm gonna leave that here. And if we get a nice onion there, that'll be great. And we might have one here too, where the burgundy was. This looks kind of burgundy. Well, we'll see. Time will tell. If it's something there, it will definitely be there. Our leaf of life is looking a little soggy, y'all, but I mean, goodness sakes, I'm not worried about this. This plant you can't do it no harm. But I don't want it growing too crazy over here, because everywhere this goes, it will just sprout another plant, which is why I have so many down here. All these little babies. There's so many. And if you're wondering about our little cantaloupe, that baby is doing very well. Let me zoom in real quick. it's doing just fine, you know. So I am not gonna bother this. I'm just gonna let it go, and if we get one more, that'll be great. And we get two more full size ones, even if this one it's just this one. I mean, at this point, I'm very pleased with this plant. Our butternut squash this time around, we did so well the first time, even though we had a lot die off. This, I don't think it liked this area. I'm not sure. Maybe I didn't give it enough nutrients at the start of putting it back over here. It's flowering off. I've gotten some male flowers, but they look weak. They don't look strong and vibrant like they did before. So I think it may need just some good old-fashioned banana water, which I have some. But I'm gonna wait until this weekend to kind of baby this one. I haven't seen any, you know what, I'm not gonna say their names, but I haven't seen any crawling over here, which is a good sign. But I do see some powdery mildew, and I'm not happy with that. But it's been cold, y'all, so I can't say too much about that. Everything's doing pretty good. These little tomatoes, I don't know what's gonna come of them, but it looks like they're getting bigger. They look pretty good. Everything else has survived the cold. I mean, it looks good. We did cover up stuff, so things look good. This tomato plant has gotten crazy. It is like really strong. Like the stalks have gotten thicker since it sprouted up. So I haven't seen anything yet. Just some flowers. Still waiting on this. We still have some more blushing on this okra here. Look at that. Well, we'll take our time with that. I mean, goodness sakes, it's starting to get a little cool over here. So maybe it's not liking, it's just going at a slow pace now, where as before they were just popping out. I haven't seen a new flower on here in a while. So listen, whatever happens, there's about 8 on here. That's still good for a meal. So we'll just wait and be patient. The baby seedlings for the okra are still doing okay. They're adjusting okay to the cold. That watermelon is still fine, even with the cold. The pineapple, I mean, I've never had no issues with them, so not worried about that. Everything over here seems to be doing just fine, even though I don't know what everything is. It's still green. It's not dead. Our roselle is not liking the cold too tough, but it's still getting bigger. We got some little funky looking leaves here, but so far the cold weather hasn't done it any harm. The same with the callaloo. It's perked up nice, so it's getting ready to, oh my god, it's getting thick. I'm gonna separate these out now. You saw what happened with the collard greens, so we're gonna be careful with this. This is my first time growing this as well, so get that out of here. We shall see. So I'm gonna create a row here and separate these out because callaloo gets very big. So we're gonna take care of that. Our baby avocado that has been through everything in the yard is doing lovely. The cold is not bothering it at this point. Okay, so the only tragedy, which I'm sure none of you are surprised, is poor baby, is our papaya. It did not like the transplant. It didn't like being moved in the first place, and at this point it is looking very sad. So the roots are good. I could do what my husband did with our mango. When our mango did this, he cut it and let it root back up and come on through. So I may have to do that, y'all. But remember, this was a volunteer. So I would like to think that even though the cold weather has affected it and it's wilted, if I cut this, because this is still strong, it's nice and strong. If I cut that, this may come back up and sprout. So we'll see. I'll deal with that later. But for now, I just been coming out, covering it, and you know, just uncovering it just like I did the other plants every morning. That it's been cold. It's cold out here now. Our papaya that was already here, the cold isn't really harming it too much. Every now and then it'll throw off one of these leaves. So, you know, I'm used to that. But the health of it looks good still. So we're A-okay, y'all. The cold weather is, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, it's here. But for the most part, things are still thriving. So I'm thankful for that. And I'll keep you posted on our seeds to see how they are. But the transplants are doing okay. Everything looks good, y'all. All right. Well, I will catch you guys up later this weekend and let you see how everything's doing. It's supposed to warm up a little bit. It's still going to be cool, but I think we're going to be like in the 50s, 60s. But these 30s have really taken its toll back here, but not in a bad way. Some of it's positive. Some of them just take an adjustment because this is the first season of cold weather in my garden, because I started my garden in March of this year, which it was still kind of cool, but not like this. So this is a good test for me to know what to expect, you know. I mean, goodness sakes. One thing I could say about the tea plants, look at this. You're out here already early this morning. Let me let you work. The bees have found the marigold, y'all. I mean, that's a great thing. With this plant here, I've had it for years, and I don't care if it snows, if it you know, if it's ice storm, this plant will not go anywhere. It won't go anywhere, and it makes such delicious tea. Well, let me go because the bees are out here, and I know they'll be over here in a minute. But yeah, you guys, there's the tour. Transplants are okay. Baby cantaloupe is doing all right. Everything's all good. We're just gonna have to, you know, babysit this one, and it's okay. I mean, goodness, we took a chance, and again, I don't think it's gone. I think we just need to chop it and just let it come on back. So we'll see. We'll learn together because I've never had to do that with a papaya. So, all right, guys, that beautiful view. It's nice and clear out here today. All right, have a good day.